Welcome to another pop-up reading. Hi, Crowllies. Thank you for subscribing to our channel. I hope everything is going good for you guys. I'm just clearing the space to kind of see what's going on for y'all for your November messages. Whether you are watching the live stream or watching the replay, I thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for the new subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you won't miss when I do pop-up readings or the next upcoming premiered uploads. All right. So let's see what comes out for you guys this time. Oh man, here we go. Let's see what comes out for you guys at this time for your November messages. All right. So anything can come out. I kind of want to see just the messages that want to come out. I don't want to tailor it to anything specific for you guys, just because there could be a particular message, and I don't want to miss out on a particular message if I'm only focusing on a particular topic. All right. So let's see what your messages are. Okay, Five of Swords. Judgment. I would say for this November, this month is definitely about kind of reassessing situations, reassessing how people view you, and reassessing how you view other people and circumstances, situations. There could definitely be a lot of, I don't want to necessarily say conflict, but just like conflict of interest or just issues up in the air, okay? Disagreements, there we go. Disagreements. So know when to agree to disagree this month, all right? And when to start something new, start something up, okay? I do feel like there's something here in regards to showing mercy to certain people, knowing when to show mercy to someone, and knowing when to cut the cord, knowing when to renew something, and knowing when to just walk away with something or from something completely, okay? Assessing the situation and realizing who's competition. Ooh, okay, that's a deep one, okay? Because I'm seeing the energy of energetic thieves, energetic leeches, bullies, just like for those of you that may apply, gang stalking situations, just people all up in your energy that's not supposed to be in your energy. There is a sign of like abusive relationships, kind of keeping an eye on that particular situation, because the Five of Swords is like, someone treating you in a very disrespectful way or trying to get away with treating you in a particular type of way. So pay attention to that this month, okay? Let's see. Focusing on repairing what is damaged, all right? Page of Swords, Queen of Wands. Some of you guys are really working on your confidence, your spunky energy. You're trying to revitalize your energy. You're trying to renew your energy. Some of you guys are kind of reconnecting with your confidence again. You're regaining the courage to do certain things again. Fire signs. I am seeing this energy, and I'm not going to like necessarily tailor it to specific zodiac signs, but I am seeing this in particular for those of you that have fire in your chart or you're very spiritual, okay? I'm seeing a very spiritual woman that is getting in her independent era, right? Basically just doing the things that serves her, doing the things that, make you feel good, make you feel revitalized, okay? Page of Swords energy is like this month may be the month for you to do research, learning new things about yourself, learning new things about maybe your spiritual practices, maybe some creative projects, just learning new things in general, okay? I will say with the Page of Swords, the downside of that is that there may be people that are trying to get to know you, and because of perhaps past abusive relationships or, like I said, conflict of interest, or just disagreements that are happening, you're not really in the energy of taking on new people, new relationships and stuff like that. There are some messaging energies here. Pages always come out in the form of messages. Some of you guys could be arguing through messages, all right, through communication. Again, this is kind of like someone's trying to overpower you, trying to take control. This is coming off kind of abusive. So it really depends on the isolated event or isolated circumstance for you guys. Each and every one of you is going to be different. But I do see you guys are focused, and you should continue to focus. There is someone that's very, very thirsty for knowledge about you, knowledge about what you're doing. Like there's something here in regards to like someone's looking at whether or not you are in a relationship or whether or not someone is being abusive to you or someone's bullying you. Something about someone's watching a issue or argument or something like that, a hostile environment. Someone's watching this in regards to you while you're trying to like steer away from that, or you're trying to. There's something about you're putting your focus elsewhere. Okay, very determined this month. What's going on here? There's something about being more self-aware this month, staying laser focused. All right. The devil energy. Okay, I see here. Make sure that you are not self-sabotaging. Whatever you are scheduling, whatever you're putting in your calendar, whatever you're making time for, it's not self-destructive, and it does not feed into your shadow attributes unless you are trying to, let's say, focus on healing certain shadow attributes. And so you may have to sit with your shadow. You may have to make space for your shadow. That does not mean that you let your shadow run wild, y'all, right? When you're in your shadow attribute, this is like karmic energy, right? And so when you're in that karmic shadow energy, you can be a little relentless when it comes to what you want. You might do things in a lower vibrational way. You may consume things that are not beneficial for you. You may tap into your spiritual taboos. You may hang out with people that you're not supposed to. You might introduce yourself to environments that you're not supposed to go to. You may sign contracts, right? And when I say sign contracts, this could be soul contracts. So soul contracts can be as simple as you just saying yes to someone, you just saying yes to something, you just allowing yourself to experience something, right? It doesn't have to be an actual signature, right? Your word is bond, right? And so when you say that yes, you're going to lend money to someone, or yes, you're going to allow someone to speak to you in a certain way, or yes, you're going to stay living in a certain place, or yes, you're going to take back that toxic ex, or yes, you're going to start, messaging someone back or interacting with someone, or yes, you're going to unblock someone, right? Whatever that yes is that is kind of toxic to you or detrimental to you, it is revealing some form of attachment that needs to be broken. It is revealing some sort of temptation that needs to be addressed. It's addressing some sort of behavior that is repetitive. It could be, maybe you're having some sort of realization in regards to some sort of toxicity that needs to be addressed. For some of you, it doesn't always have to be all of you, right? Some of you, a very low percentage of you, could be dealing with some sort of addiction or codependency, either or it could actually also be like materialistic, maybe leaning more on materialism versus being grateful and gratitude. Okay, and addressing those things this month will be very important and very vital for you in your spiritual practices. All right, so you're discovering certain things in your shadow aspects and certain people that could be adding fuel to the fire in regards to that. Okay, let's see what else is here. What else do they need to know for this month? Do they need to pay attention to? All right, the Six of Swords is there. So you're going through some sort of evolution and change of mentality. Okay. So maybe at some point in time you were about, going back and forth with someone, or people pleasing with people, or, trying to be the person that won at all costs. You didn't want to be the loser. You didn't want to be the rejected one. Maybe you didn't want to be the one that was isolated. Maybe you wanted to make sure that people liked you, whatever that is, right? But this is a new phase in your life where you're actually shifting your mentality by addressing your shadow attributes, by creating space for not necessarily what bound you, but it's almost like you are shifting from being trapped and bound to breaking free. So this month is the month that you break free, and I do feel like this is not just the only month. I feel like it's going to bleed into the next 6 weeks as well, or whenever you're watching. So pay attention to the release. All right, this is a what is that? A synchronicity, a sign, right? Releasing baggage of things that maybe you were holding on to, grudges and things like that, or just focusing more on calmer, cooler, chill relationships. What else? All right, here we go. We have the Tower. Okay, so the Tower is clarifying the Five of Swords and the Judgment situation over here. Again, some of you guys, it could have been an abusive relationship, people that were abusing a relationship that they had with you, someone that was trying to belittle you, outsmart you, kind of like make you look either ignorant or make you like someone was really trying to ridicule you or something like that, or just create this kind of conflict energy, right? So if it wasn't like a actual other person or people that was interacting with you, it was definitely an energy that was in your energetic field or your bubble in your environment that was causing this hostile, confirmation. It was causing a hostile environment for you. And if it was people, then it was like almost like these people wanted to make you look, how do I say this? All right. They wanted you to make an ass out of yourself. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. Okay, but you're like preparing certain things, right? So sudden changes that occur this month is because you're getting removed from that energy, or that energy is being removed from you. And so the chaos that's actually taking place is divine timing, it's divine judgment, it's like things like you're being put in a position so that way you can realize like, wow, these people really don't care about me, or wow, I really shouldn't be in that environment, or I really don't deserve these things, right? So this is actually a form of sudden insight, even though it kind of feels like shit hit the fan. All right. Yeah, what else? The Nine of Wands. Yeah, hang in there. This month is a very chaotic month, especially in regards to heavy monitoring energy, like people monitoring you, people asking too many questions, people just being heavily like on you about certain things. Okay, you're still trying to be persistent in a lot of things that you're doing, and your spiritual team wants to commend you for that, especially if you're following your inner calling. Continue to forgive yourself for things that you cannot control, right? You can't control people trying to be toxic, or people trying to manipulate you, or utilize things against you. All of these things are a test of faith and your boundaries, right? So knowing who to give very little information and who to give just the right amount of information for them not to know too much, right? So if you feel a little defensive this month in regards to someone that you're talking to, you're having a small conversation or something like that, that is a spiritual omen to keep things to yourself. All right. What else? The Page of Cups. I do feel that there's someone that's seeking your attention. For those of you that there's like a friend or something like that you could be having a conversation with. It's really nice, small conversations that you're having. It's really nice. It feels good. It feels safe. There is also someone that can be interested in you romantically. They might have a crush on you. This gives like secret admirer energy. You're very like into like more dreamy energy, so you may daydream a lot this particular month. You may be remembering more dreams this particular month, so making sure that you're journaling and stuff like that. I do feel like because you're going through a lot, paying attention to what you're dreaming about and whether or not that is like letting you know, hey, you got to deal with this, or you have unresolved problems in regards to that situation over there. Maybe you were beefing with someone, or someone was beefing with you, and there was like unresolved issues in regards to that. And maybe your intuition is saying, hey, listen to your heart, listen to what hurts. Your throat chakra may need to be worked on, right, in regards to speaking up on what hurts, right? I'm also seeing like, hey, there's a shift here taking place in order for you to have a possibility. When I say a possibility, I mean like something that was not working out for you, and you felt like, okay, well, maybe it's not going to work out for me. Maybe, I should just give up. I do see hope here for you, okay? But more sentimental energy, emotional energy is here. And there's small shifts of energy emotionally for you, but it kind of feels like spontaneous. Some of you guys can experience a surprise. Someone could be trying to surprise you. All right. I am seeing that too. Little small moments of romance could take place depending on whether you're in a relationship or looking for love. All right. Only take what resonates for you guys. Um, but it does look like you feel free to express yourself again. All right. I do see that. It's just like you feel free to express yourself, or you're starting to at least work on that, because you're definitely working on your throat chakra. Definitely need to continue to clear your throat chakra. All right. Lapis lazuli is really good for the throat chakra energy. I would definitely recommend rose quartz and clear quartz, working with the throat chakra too. The rose quartz will help you to say things in a loving manner, but also receive, like if you're talking back and forth with someone, to be able to receive messages in a not so harsh way. The clear quartz kind of allows you to communicate clearly without misunderstandings. Now, we are in the energy of Mercury retrograde, right? It has slowly been, creeping up, and this next upcoming month, it's just going to be very heavy and very thick. So making sure that you're using communication stones through your meditation, or if you just like to wear communication stones, and however you like to do it. People like to wear bracelets or amulets or rings or earrings or whatever, whatever works for you, that's fine. The Fool is here, so I do feel like, because it's right underneath the Devil, it's giving this energy of make sure that you don't feed into these people's energy, or this particular energy this month, that is trying to make you do foolish things. Okay, to act out of character, or to start something that is not necessarily your higher vibrational self, right? Continue to keep your optimism. Don't become pessimistic, right? There again, this is another omen. There's an opportunity here for you, and I will clarify what that is in a second. I just want to wrap up these messages before I get there. All right, we have the Nine of Cups. Yeah, this is a wish fulfillment here. So something's coming true for you. Something that's going to satisfy you. There's emotional stability here. So if you feel like, oh man, this month is not going to be my month in terms of my feelings, I don't necessarily feel that. I do feel like you will be kind of readjusting yourself in terms of the way you're thinking. So that way you get to move on quicker. You get to release the baggage faster. You're not staying stuck in those feelings for too long, okay? The Ten of Wands is here. I do feel like you're putting on too much baggage for yourself, okay? This month could be a month where you're putting on a little weight, and that's okay. Maybe it could be water weight, or it could just be stress weight. So pay attention to your weight, you guys. You guys could be carrying a lot of stress, meaning tension, physical body aches, not getting enough sleep, overworking, too many hours working at work, or, again, saying yes to things that you should not be saying yes to, and then putting on other people's burdens on top of yours, right? So pay attention to things like that. So I want to get into what the heck this Five of Swords situation is for you guys. What is this Five of Swords? All right, talking about the Tower, we have somewhere, another time, someday. All right, so sudden insight. One of these days, okay, in November, specifically in November. All right, one of these days in November, there is going to be a tower, okay, for a fact. And that tower is that Five of Swords moment. So clarify that Five of Swords. Clarify that Five of Swords. All right, we have conflicted. There's a decision that you might need to make. And so it's almost like, what do I choose, right? I don't want to lose this argument. I don't want to, like, there's multiple choices here, but I feel like whatever this choice is, you could be conflicted, right? You're not sure what to choose. For some of you, you're not sure who to choose. We have the Fool card here being clarified by hopeless, and we're still talking about that Five of Swords energy. So there's something new that you can start, okay? It could be a new conversation, it could be a new project, it could be a new job, a new relationship, something new, okay? But something is falling apart. But remember, the Fool energy tells us that when there's a new beginning, that also means that there's a closure to something old, right? And so we're talking about the Five of Swords energy. We're talking about, okay, there could be a disagreement. There's like a lack of, you know, clarity on something, or the people are forcing you to make you do things that you don't want to do, right? And so that's what's ending. But you feel conflicted because, again, it could be like the shadow attribute, shadow aspect that you're kind of healing from right now, where you're like, man, like, I don't want people to hate me. I don't want people to think that, like, I'm, you know, being like selfish, or I'm not thinking, I'm not considering them, right? And so something is falling apart here, that's creating this new beginning for you, right? That's creating this new possibility. It's almost like one situation is closing up, and it's almost making you feel like you're losing out on something. But in reality, with this Tower here, it's letting me know that no, that wasn't actually stable to begin with. That wasn't something that was beneficial for you in the first place, right? And again, for each and every one of you, it's going to be something completely different. So you got to kind of apply it to where it needs to go, right? Clarify the Judgment energy. Yeah. Okay, so they're letting us know a couple of different things, and some of this has to do with the Tower. Some of it has to do with, again, you're being very persistent in regards to your boundaries. You know, there could have been some issues with pessimism, but this is where the defensive nature is coming from. We have ecstasy, sorrow, and finality. Okay, again, with if there's something new coming in, there has to be an ending with finality. Angel number 2222. All right, this comes in the form of a decision. So some of you guys this could trigger some depression. I'm not gonna lie. And again, I talk to my clients very often in regards to depression. Not from a clinical standpoint, from a spiritual standpoint, right? From an emotional standpoint. Depression is repressed emotions that you did not get to talk about with others, unburden yourself, you didn't get to clear up and things of that nature. You want to start, this is a new phase in your life that is about to take place, where you're going to start experiencing a good time. You're going to start chasing the things that want to chase you, right? And that means that you have to leave behind the people that are trying to, drag you, the people that are trying to hold you back, the people that are trying to get you to be the old version of yourself that you're trying to heal, right? And so that means saying farewell to relationships. That means, having boundaries and not letting people come back. That means, sometimes the closure that we envision is not the closure that we're going to get. And, allowing ourselves to be upset and sad for a short period of time and not a long time, right? Because when we're upset for a long time, that then bleeds into depression. So be careful for those of you that are diagnosed with clinical depression this month. That could definitely be testing you. We have releasing, we have let go. So this is like again, releasing, letting go, moving on from those emotions and not allowing that to navigate the rest of your life, especially not allowing that to hinder you, right? Follow your inner calling, because sometimes we don't get absolution, right? Clarify 9 of Wands. Right, we have intimacy here. So some of you guys could be a little defensive, right? Or gear up to the worst in regards to, okay, why you want to connect with me now? Or why are you confiding in me? Why are you telling me your secrets? Why you want to, share intimate things with me, right? It could also be on a sensual perspective, a little bit more intimate in regards to your partner. It could be hard for you to open up vulnerably, okay? And so again, this is something that you have to persistently kind of heal, especially if you guys have intimacy wounds, all right, for this month. Clarify the Page of Swords. All right, we have mistakes here. I will say for you guys, there could be a mistake that you could make. Some of you guys could end up like looking into someone's social media page or something like that. You didn't really want to, but you ended up doing it, right? And if this is not you, I do feel like someone is acting like the victim when when in reality they're spying. Okay, so it's either or, it's not both. Okay, so you got to kind of figure out where you fit in the situation. I do see also that someone is like looking for you, all right? They feel like they've lost you, or they feel like they've lost your social media account or something, or your number. Someone is looking for your information to contact you this month. Clarify the Queen of Wands. Okay, we have running, ghosting. Ooh, okay, so some of you guys are actually, you actually don't want to be seen this month. Like, I don't want to go out. I don't want people to find me. I don't want to really be social right now. I want to kind of be secluded. I'm like working on me, okay? Yeah, I'm working on my joy, and sometimes that means like getting out of a situation, getting out of all of this, like getting out of that environment, right? So some of you guys might like kind of go MIA on a social media account, or just go MIA on certain people for a little bit, and that's just to kind of like regain your energy. But people feel like you're ghosting, right? Like, oh, you just disappeared out of nowhere, like what's going on, right? Yeah, shocked. So you could be shocking a lot of people because you're doing unexpected things, but this is on their end. This is how they're looking at you this month, right? But you already know why you're doing these things, but because you're not saying too much, these people are assuming, right? They're assuming that you're in trouble. They're assuming that, oh, things are not going good, right? Healing, but this is what's going on. You're healing, right? But they're assuming all of these bad things. Like, you're healing, you're cleansing, you're purifying your energy, you're getting away from, all that like craziness, right? You could be dealing with your shadow. Again, a lot of shadowy energy here. Clarify the Devil. Clarify the Devil. Twin flame in the reverse. So I will say, like, you're not sharing your feelings. And I will say that as a shadow attribute, not sharing your feelings could actually be creating the blockage for you. Not saying what you need to say, and just say it with your chest. Like, just say like, hey, you're pissing me off, like you're crossing my boundaries. I'm not gonna say this again, right? Just say that last thing and just walk away, and that's it. There's no need for you to continue to say the same thing, right? I feel like that's being destructive to yourself. You're not reflecting on what you truly feel, and you're not purging what needs to be said. Okay. Clarify the Devil. Yeah, only you. Only you would know exactly what I'm talking about. All right. Only you know the good things that you should be allowing in your energy. And only you know the things that are going to break you down, that are going to hurt you, that are going to make you feel numb, that are going to make you not care anymore. Okay. Only you know these things. And you're the only one that can do the shadow work. Okay. No one else can do the shadow work for you. Only you can. Clarify the Six of Swords. Clarify the Six of Swords. Yeah, withdrawn. In order for you to move to calmer waters, you may need to isolate. We have solidarity. I think it will be healthier for you to just focus on you for the next 6 weeks. I'm going to be honest. For you to focus on yourself over the next 6 weeks is going to really recalibrate your energy. It's going to help you ground. It's going to help you kind of get away from people that are probably being self-destructive or want you to self-destruct. There's some people that actually say things to you just to get the reaction. Like, some people just say, backhanded compliments just to see your face twist up, or just to get your voice to for you to yell, or for you to react, or for you to act out of character. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes not feeding into that energy and walking away. And I know that may feel like really like I'm not really addressing it. I'm just walking away. Like, they're just gonna keep doing it anyway. You walking away speaks volumes. You're not giving them the control that they want. All right, they want to control you. They want you to, jump, scream, yell, oh, and then point the finger, oh, look, you're acting crazy, right? That's what they want. And for you to withdraw your energy, that's basically you calling back your power. You're not giving your power away. You're not allowing these people to make you look any type of way. And in the end, it's going to make them look more crazy. Uh-huh. All right. All of these things are distractions. So be careful with distractions, being sidetracked. There's going to be a lot of changes and stuff like that. Some of you guys could experience some delays, I would say, in the next 4 to 6 weeks and stuff like that. So whatever you're expecting this particular month, you might not get it this month. That doesn't mean you're not going to get it. It just means that you're not going to get it in the time that you wanted to get it or the time that you expected to get it. Okay. All right. Let's see what the Page of Cups is. There's a lot of tender moments that you're specifically sharing it with someone. Sweet time or like spying. Okay, so yeah, I did talk about like some sort of admirer or something like that. Clarify spying. Social network. Information. Okay, information. Intuition. Okay. So your intuition is actually telling you this month, hey, somebody's in your energy. Hey, someone's asking questions, and this can be in the form of your eye twitching, itching, your nose itching, your ears ringing, your ears getting hot. Some of you guys have like telepathic communication with people. They just start popping up in your dreams. You can hear this person's voice. Like a lot of different things that I'm picking up here, right? So your inner knowing would definitely identify who the heck this is, right? In your energy. But yes, this is a confirmation that this person is spying on you this particular month, and they're being newsy. Clarify the Fool. All right. Yep. There it is. Apology. It's kind of giving like someone's trying to return, but like you're looking at it like a joke. Like, are you serious? You really think that I'm going to accept your apology? Right? It looks like a joke. It's almost like you're questioning whether or not someone's apology is true or if it's like some joking. Yeah, there's return. There's a return. Okay. Return came out twice there. So someone wants a second chance. Someone wants to make amends with you. Someone wants an opportunity. And I did say opportunity twice, but see, that opportunity is your opportunity. This opportunity is somebody else wanting an opportunity with you. Okay, just clarifying that. What is that second chance energy? Oh, there it is. Perception. So someone feels that you are actually going to give them that second chance, but you have some sort, like there's baggage here. Anger, hurtful words, something happened between you and someone else. They're trying to come back around and sweeten you up and stuff like that. So again, if you already felt like I'm starting something new, I'm starting fresh, I don't want to deal with, again, this Five of Swords energy, these negative relationships or these abusive relationships or these people that are trying to be sneaky, trying to create conflict, always with that win or lose mentality, abusive relationships, things of that nature, energetic leeches. Again, that's what I was picking up, right? Yeah, clear your mind, clear your head, withdrawing your energy, removing yourself would be the best. Clarify the Nine of Cups. Cool, time. So I will say again, I told you that you're going to definitely be satisfied this month. There's something that's coming in. All right. You're waiting for something to click in divine timing. All right. We do have some sort of cycle that is going to take place. Clarify cycles. Here it is, thinking. Missing you. And then we have boundaries in the bottom of the deck. I will say, if you find yourself thinking about someone, I do feel like this is telepathy. This person's like radioing, like they're radioing in what they want to say to you because they can't get to you face to face or actually get you on the phone or get you to respond to them or something like that, right? And so having these boundaries, like enough is enough. So cord cutting is very significant. Cleansing your energy, protecting your energy, grounding your energy this month is very, very important too. I do feel like that is something that you should definitely do. I'm going to go ahead and pull some money messages for you guys, and then I'm going to get out of here and see what comes out. Just trying to make this a real quick one for y'all. So I know you guys were waiting for a reading. All right, let's see what's going on here for this month's messages for money. All right, yeah, what did I say? There was a shift. There's a shift taking place. Things are changing. This is a crossroads situation. So financially, there's something changing for you. You have your bag, you're ready to go, you're walking, you're chilling. So this is not like a unexpected shift, right? So this is not like something that just happens all of a sudden and you have to prepare for, and you feel like, you know, very chaotic and stuff like that. But again, there is a tower. So the tower always talks about, you know, something is not stable, something is not working, the foundation is not so great. So you might need to start from scratch. And that's perfectly fine, because we did have the energy of the Fool. So the shift could be allowing you to move things financially so that way you can start fresh again. So that way things won't collapse on you, okay? Some of you guys could be taking your career, your job, your finances to the next level. Some of you guys could be heading a whole completely different direction. You know, maybe you had certain plans and you say, you know what, that plan is not really going to work for me. Maybe I'm going to try something different, or maybe I'm going to start working on this project first or on this idea first, and then you shift energy, right? That's kind of what I'm seeing here. This could also be where you're putting your finances, where you're investing, where you're saving, where you're spending, where you're working, what you're working on. Okay, these are just like a lot of different things that I'm seeing here for you guys in terms of this month. So you will be reaching the end of a route here for your finances or your career or your career goals, where you can't continue going in that direction. So it's almost like, okay, well, I can't keep doing this financially, or I can't keep investing in this, or I can't keep, you know, working here, or I can't keep providing this particular service. There's something here that you can't keep doing, so you have to shift gears, okay, when it comes to your finances. But again, with the energy of courage, you have to be courageous enough. You can't be in the energy of fear. So this month, don't allow fear, don't allow that shadow attribute of you can't do this, or oh my gosh, it's not going to work out. Don't let that shadow attribute slow you down. Don't let that shadow attribute convince you into like not doing things that you actually feel like you should do. Listen to your intuition, okay? Make the change. It's okay to make the change. It's okay to do that, because I do see that, you know, this change is going to allow you to learn and grow. All right, comfortable. You're going to be comfortable. We have comfort here. I love getting this card for anyone that I read for, even for myself when I see it. I just know that that month I'm going to be good. I know that I'm going to have enough money to pay all my bills. I'm going to have enough money to order out if I wanted to. I'm going to have enough money to save money. I'm going to have enough money at the end of the month, you know, like, or the end of the week. I just know it. Like, I know whenever I get that card, I'm going to be chilling. I don't have to like panic and run around like with a chicken with his head cut off, like, oh my God, where am I going to get this money from, right? Though I am seeing this energy of making sure that even though your finances will be at a balance, you know, maybe you're not going to have any debts, or you're going to be able to pay off your debts, right? So that way, you know, you're not in a negative. That's also a balance, right? Very balanced when it comes to your finances. So even though you're paying off your debt, or, you know, you have some money left over, I think having plans for the future would also be something that will comfort you, right? So maybe you do have money left over. You don't have anywhere for it to go, but you might, you know, want to save up for your birthday for next year, save up for a vacation, or again, continue paying off some sort of debt or some sort of interest that you owe on something. That is really going to help you this month too, from what I'm seeing here. All right. So you're definitely becoming more comfortable with your finances. All right, let's see what else for this month. Anything else here? Yeah. Take off. Oh, I like this one too. So whenever I get this energy, it's like, okay, so wherever your finances were like last month, expect the finances to either grow, enhance, increase, like start to imagine like a bar chart, like a line chart, and like your finances was, let me see, like your finances was like down here. Expect for this month for it to slowly start to go up, right? It's not going to go up all crazy, but it's definitely going to be more than what it was last month, okay? So things could definitely take off in regards to your finances, your financial goals, your career, your financial mindset, and you're going to see that shift, which is this is also another good confirmation for you guys in regards to your career plans and your money plans, right? You have clear goals, you're getting them done. All right. So don't allow anything to kind of stop you or the next steps, like the next action steps that you need to take for you to go. Because this is like there's no stopping you financially. That's really good. All right, last message. Oh, they gave you a few. All right, bottom of the deck, they're cautioning you. Make sure that you have a plan financially. Just because there's an increase and you're getting comfortable and stuff like that, don't get too comfortable because the devil card did come up, materialism did come up. So that's a sign of like financially, make sure that you're not overspending or spending things that you don't need to spend on. All right. That's not necessarily going to help you. Look at this planner. Ha. You know, work on your financial planner. You don't have that. Create one, research one. There's a whole bunch of different things out there that you can find. Okay. So take financial inventory of what you need, see what needs to change for you guys. All right. If you need to contact your financial advisor, a coach, someone like that, all right, go ahead and do that. It's really crucial that you make a plan with the finances for where it's supposed to go, what you're supposed to do next, right? Even if you have money left over, it's always good to have a good nest egg. We have a windfall of money. Some of you guys have unexpected money coming in. All right. Again, this could be a pay raise. This could be shifting from one job to another. That job may have more hours or it may have more money, meaning a salary increase. Money is currently in the positive cycle for you guys this month, which is really good. So making like being prepared for the following month or preparing for the following month would be really beneficial with the money because you're going to be very comfortable. All right. Some of you guys could experience some losses financially, which means like there could be unexpected bills, unexpected increase. Maybe there's a unexpected decrease for a little bit and then the money starts coming up again. So it's just like it's fluctuating. It's fluctuating for you guys. But again, you're still going to be comfortable. But again, with that tower energy, there could be some unexpected things that occur with your finances that you do need to prepare for. We have science and we have money manager. Okay. So definitely like 3 confirmations of managing your finances very well is going to definitely set you up for greatness. Okay. So you can expect happy outcomes when it comes to your finances, but you must keep an open mind for the things that are going to be unfolding. Again, cautioning you in regards to more going out than coming in. So making sure that you have a budget plan. So let's say, I'm just going to give you an example. You make $5,000 a month. Make sure that your budget is like $3,000 for the month. So that way you have $2,000 for the month, just in case something goes south, something unpredictable happens. You still have $2,000 to play with, right? And that's just giving you an example, right? So you guys can switch that $5,000 to $10,000 or $1,000 or $500, whatever it is for you. Everybody's different. But I am sending you the most beautiful energy. I hope that you guys are doing really great. Comment down below. Let me know how these messages apply to you. And I will see you guys soon. Peace.